And especially our community partners and the family members, and most importantly, men and women of the 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron. Today's a big day for AMXS. It's a big day for all of us because this is the day that ties us to the past and to the future. And thank you all for being here today to help us mark that transition. Command is one of the greatest challenges of any officer, and it demands everything you've got. If things go well, it's your people's fault. If it doesn't go well, it's your fault. Sometimes you've got to make choices people don't like, and sometimes you've got to make choices you don't like for the good of the unit. There are good things that come with it, but there are tough things that come with it. Command is like a big boat, and you can't be the one who mans the sails, ties the knots, scrubs the decks, pulls the oars. You're just responsible for making sure that it gets done. Thus, any commander's success is tied to the success of the unit. If the unit succeeds, you succeed. If the unit fails, you fail. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that over the past 2 years under Lieutenant Colonel Koester, AMXS has succeeded. They came back from a long-term deployment in Korea to face a challenging ORI that pushed them to the limit, and thanks to their never-say-die attitude, Davis-Monthan was the first A-10 unit in ACC in 12 years to pass a Phase 1 ORI on the first try. It's not easy to generate these airplanes for Phase 1, and they pulled it off. 12 years. They went through 2 LCAPs, turned right around and deployed to combat to Afghanistan. They did great things over there. But what did they run into when they got to Afghanistan? Another inspection. And passed out with flying colors. Bulldogs came home and spent 3 months on the ground due to sequestration. We're just now recently started to fly again. And in the meantime, we've also been retiring over a third of our Davis-Monthan's A-10 fleet and bringing in new aircraft from other units to replace them. And then transitioning one of our AMUs to the reserves, working all that process. And then in the middle of all that, despite all that, we still had to fly an aggressive training schedule so that we can make sure that every A-10 pilot in the Air Force comes through Davis-Monthan and goes through here successfully. And despite all that thrash, despite all that effort in recent months, this squadron has made it possible for Davis-Monthan to turn out some of the best A-10 fleet health indicators we've seen in 3 years. They've been busy. They have been busy. It's a hard-working squadron. It's been on the go constantly. And I'm here to report that they've repeatedly pulled through. Lieutenant Colonel Koester has guided the squadron through these challenges, and the squadron's success is largely a reflection on him. And his wife Jill has been there all along. An active part of the squadron, and an active part of one of the most effective squadron spouse groups I've seen. Every time we had a spouse organization, anytime there was anything going on for deployed spouses, she was right there, looking out for the spouses of the squadron. The Koesters are a team. Terry and Jill, thank you for all you've done. And Samantha and Justine, thanks you for loaning your parents to us and putting up with the times when they couldn't be there for you. To the whole family, good luck and Godspeed in your endeavors at Hickam. And okay. All right, I'm happy to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Estes to the team. I've known Michelle for close to 10 years, and I'm glad to have her, bring her on to take her over at AMXS. We've worked A-10s together at Pope. She's been in the trenches. She's run a QA. She's been downrange. She's a superb maintenance officer, comes here with praise from the ACC A4. And she's direct and doesn't mince words. I like that. Like AMXS and the A-10 herself, like the AMXS and the A-10 itself, she gets the job done. She gets the job done right, and she just gets it done without a whole lot of extraneous BS. Knowing how the squadron operates, I have every confidence that she'll do well and continue to trend her performance toward a vision of making Davis-Monthan and continuing to make Davis-Monthan the center of excellence for the A-10 world. Welcome, Michelle. So with that said, let's proceed with the ceremony. Thank you.
At this time, please rise for the medal presentation to Lieutenant Colonel Terry Koester. Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Meritorious Service Medal, 2nd Oak Leaf Cluster, to Lieutenant Colonel Terry A. Koester. Lieutenant Colonel Terry A. Koester distinguished himself by meritorious service to the United States as Commander, 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, 355th Maintenance Group, 355th Fighter Wing, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona. During this period, Colonel Koester successfully led flight line operations for the Combat Air Force's largest A-10 Charlie aircraft flying hour program, while integrating Air Force Reserve Component Airmen into the unit and becoming the first total force integrated A-10 unit in the Combat Air Force. Additionally, he established an aggressive fitness program, reducing the number of personnel on the program from 93 to 11 in a 24-month period. His meticulous oversight ultimately returned over 400 maintenance man-hours per month to flight line activities, enabling the squadron to ensure the wing's robust 24,000-hour flying hour program was kept on track. Furthermore, Colonel Koester guided the deployment of 170 personnel, 21,500 tons of cargo, and 18 A-10 Charlie aircraft in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, providing over 3,500 combat sorties. Moreover, his Key Spouse program was instrumental in supporting the redeployment briefings and conducting 49 monthly contacts. Finally, Colonel Koester's direct leadership resulting in the wing being recognized as Air Combat's first A-10 wing to successfully pass a Phase 1 operational readiness inspection on the first attempt in 12 years. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Koester reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Terry Koester.
Major Beebe, put the troops at ease, please. Excuse me, I wasn't wearing glasses before I took command. This is what command does to you, Michelle. Good morning and welcome, Colonel Blanchard, Chief Canota, Colonel Murphy, Tanya Murphy, Colonel and Kim Cooper, Mr. Shetler, Chief Downing, no, you can't be here, group commanders, fellow squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, Colonel Estes' family. It's a pleasure talking with you before the ceremony, and the airmen of the 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron. I'd also like to recognize our community partners in attendance, Ms. Jane Henninger, Ms. Ellen Jimenez, Ms. Diane Kephart, Mr. Ray Flores. In my 25 years, I've been a part of many communities, and none have been more representative and supportive of the military than Tucson. Ray and his staff at Cervezas and El Charro restaurants have been no exception. They are staunch supporters of our AMU of the Month program, recognizing the outstanding performer each and every month. He supported the Bulldog deployment and redeployment briefings and supported them throughout the deployment, especially at Christmas time. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Colonel Murphy, for your support during the ORI. I also want to thank the AMXS Key Spouses throughout these past 2 years and congratulate them on a tremendous job during the Bulldog deployment. The key player, Ms. Adrienne Hennessy, thank you very much. Airman Rangel, great rendition of the National Anthem. Lieutenant Fairchild, Master Sergeant Page, thank you. Captain Hardwig, where are you at? Thank you for putting this together. Many, many weeks of a 30-minute ceremony. Thank you. And also, finally, want to thank my family for making that drive from Prescott Valley. John, Kim, thank you very much for being a part of this very special day for Jill and I, Samantha and Justine. Now, it's admirable that the 355th AMXS is the largest A-10 aircraft maintenance squadron of the United States Air Force. However, that's just the title. It's incredible of the hundreds of tasks our airmen complete each day. However, they're professionals and this is expected. But what I've found most impressive these past 2 years are the ordinary tasks done by our airmen getting extraordinary results. December 2011, just 5 months after taking command and just 2 weeks prior to the squadron Christmas party, our only venue option was a hangar, enough money to buy a couple of kegs of beer, and for the menu, bring your own dish, potluck style. Now, this sounds like the perfect maintainer party, with Christmas as the title just to give it some legitimacy. No, this was not suitable to my senior NCOs and their ringleader, Senior Master Sergeant Russell at the time, asked me to give him 2 days and he would secure a venue, have it catered, paid for, owing nothing, and meeting my expectations of affordable for our airmen, door prizes, serving alcohol, and not using mafia-style tactics in extorting money. Well, you know what? Aside from the bars and the windows and some of the questionable attendees, the AMXS senior NCOs pulled off the impossible and they put together one of the best unit Christmas parties that I have ever attended. March 2012, 355th Fighter Wing ORI. It was discovered on the generation that the lugs holding up the centerline tanks had not been inspected in some time and therefore needed to be inspected for serviceability. Meaning all the centerline tanks that had just been installed needed to come down, lugs removed, inspected, reinstalled, and the tanks uploaded for a second time. Then during the regeneration, the aircraft became temperamental and caused not one, not two, not three, but 4 major fuel leaks. 3 aircraft were rejected, one more than what was allowed for a passing grade. The airmen, NCOs, senior NCOs, and officers had many obstacles and challenges to overcome and could have easily been thrown into chaos and understandably given up. But in the words of the IG team, a well thought out plan, executed with precision by a highly motivated team with visibly involved leadership. And you know what? They made the impossible possible and pulled off something that hadn't been done by an ACC active duty unit passing ORI Phase 1, first attempt in 12 years. Folks, the last time was February 2012. I took command 2 years ago of a 600 plus member squadron, 93 people on the squadron's mandatory PT program, meaning 93 people had just failed the Air Force fitness assessment within the last 90 days. And 93 individuals were working out every day away from the daily duties on the flight line. Somebody else was picking up the slack. However, we select the right individuals as the unit fitness program monitors, such as Senior Airman Martinez, Staff Sergeant McDonough, Senior Airman Bailey, Senior Airman Baker, Staff Sergeant Warner, Senior Airman Blackstone, and Staff Sergeant Dankoff, overseeing the squadron's fitness program to get amazing results. Amazing results. I was told because of our large squadron that 93 was the standard. Well, it's been 2 years in the making, and as of last week, the new standard is 9 individuals on the program. Folks, these are just not fitness addicts. These aren't crew chiefs. These aren't just specialists. They're not just good maintainers. These are NCOs, future NCOs, leaders. Airmen, when taken out of their primary duties and given other duties, will make that job their own. And in this case, they were leading other airmen, NCOs, senior NCOs, and officers. Now, these are just a few examples of what I saw on a regular basis, and Michelle, I'm sure you will see and experience the exact same thing. The talents and the leadership of AMXS is priceless. Ordinary airmen doing ordinary tasks, getting extraordinary results. Folks, this is what makes this unit impressive. Now, there are many people I need to thank for their support these past 2 years. My family in particular, Samantha, Justine, I know you're leaving your friends, but girls, I'm here to tell you, we're moving to Hawaii. And then there's my wife, Jill. Wow. She didn't volunteer to have the unofficial title of Commander's Wife twice. nor was she asked if she wanted all the responsibilities that comes with this title, supporting that spouse who was recently married and now her husband's deploying, coordinating committees for unit functions, coordinating key spouses, meetings, coordinating meals for new parents, the hospitalized, being a liaison with the Airman Family Readiness Center, the first sergeants. Oftentimes, her weekly schedule was changed to support mine, throwing hers into chaos. She did all this for one reason, and that was supporting me in my passion for command and taking care of our airmen and the squadron. The true meaning of a gift. You gave unconditionally with nothing expected in return. Now they say thank you goes a long way, and in most cases they do, but not in this case. And I'll tell you, it helps a 23-year marriage if you back that thank you with something tangible. You see, after my last command was over, and after all the thanks and goodbyes had been said, after the commander's coins had been given out, she asked one simple thing: where's mine? Now, I'm not sure the correct way to answer that, but I do know the incorrect way. You're what? Well, to not repeat my mistake from the first command, I've been thinking about this a long time, and I've got you a little something different than the normal flowers, and if I could, please, I'd like to present that to you. Again, thank you for coming. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Koester. The 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron would like to thank Lieutenant Colonel Koester's wife, Jill, for her dedication and support. Jill, Samantha, Justine, best of luck. You will be missed. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the official change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Under the provision of Air Force Instruction 51-604 and Special Order Number AG-068973, Lieutenant Colonel Michelle C. Estes assumes command of the 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron by order of Colonel Mark C. Murphy, 355th Maintenance Group Commander, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Michelle Estes.
Good morning. Colonel Blanchard, Chief Canota, Colonel Murphy and his wife Tanya, group commanders, squadron commanders, Mr. Ray Flores, Ms. Henninger, Ms. Jimenez, Ms. Kephart, the men and women of the 355th AMXS, and a special welcome to my family and friends who traveled far to join us for today's ceremony. Thank you for attending. Colonel Murphy, thank you for the confidence in selecting me in a rewarding yet demanding position as the commander of the 355th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron. It's truly an honor to lead such an outstanding unit and to have the utmost assurance, you have my utmost assurance to continue the great successes achieved in the past. Terry and Jill, thank you for such a warm welcome to the Davis-Monson family. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Your hard work and your passion for the squadron mission and its personnel are very evident. Thank you for passing along a great squadron. You'll be truly missed. I wish you and your family a great tour at your next assignment at Hickam. I'm a little jealous, but congratulations nonetheless. I'd be remiss if I didn't take a few minutes to acknowledge my family. You've been wonderful. Your support throughout my life and especially my career has been truly amazing. I'm especially honored to have my nieces and nephew join me in their first Air Force ceremony today. As a third generation Air Force member myself, I've had to endure hours on hours of war stories that I'm sure that I will pass along to you and make my dad and my grandfather very proud. So I apologize up front, but again, it's your time to endure those war stories. Mom, David, Jamie, Deborah, Greg, Kevin, Lori, Colonel Retired, and Mrs. Conrad, thank you for everything. Love you guys very much. To the men and women of the 355th AMXS, we have many challenges that lay ahead of us, and it requires the best in each and every one of you. In our line of business, we can't afford to take shortcuts, and we must provide safe and quality maintenance at all times. Our warfighters depend on this day in and day out. Their lives depend on it. Our nation depends on it. So safe and quality maintenance, especially aircraft maintenance, is my number one priority for my tour here, without a doubt. And I will need your absolute attention to details in addition to your superb maintenance skills in everything we do. Again, I'm truly honored to be selected as commander of such a fine squadron, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you and working with you. Once again, thank you for joining me today. God bless USA.